Tom Taylor, Trevor Hairsine, and Neil Edwards unleash the power of MXYZPTLK as the fifth dimensional imp appears to the heroes of Earth 2 in their time of need. Tom Taylor does exactly what I knew he was going to do when he introduced MXYZPTLK last issue, and yet I still found myself on the edge of my seat leading into the big moment this issue. The comic right now has become a full-blown war comic, and Taylor builds up the tension of the heroes assembling to go off to war really well. I enjoyed the swerve with the Lantern Corps as well, as it looked like they were setting up a schism between the Lanterns and the heroes of Earth 2 last issue, but thanks to the virus being revealed to not really be a virus and the Guardians learning of the true threat, all of that was immediately dropped to deal with Erebos. Despite the series being filled with death and destruction, it never forgets the great little character moments or what makes heroes like Superman or the Green Lantern Corps so cool. Even when they know they will die, they fight on and never give up, even against crazed fifth dimensional imps. The one thing that has me worried is the number of threats the heroes have faced, and it feels like something Taylor often does with his comics, and he kind of paints himself into a corner with them all and has so many threats and different stories going on at once that he kind of has to juggle them all, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, and hopefully the added rage zombie imp isn't one thing too many and he can pull a satisfying back half of the series. Trevor Hairsine and Neil Edwards paint MXYZPTLK's rampage with grand cinematic action. I loved how they showed another side of the usually fun and colourful imp, instead painting him in like grimy colours akin to what they've been doing with the series so far, covering him in blood, ripping off his face, making him into a hulking killing machine who is literally a force of nature, showing it all through really rapid acts of violence that really catch you off guard. DCEASED War of the Undead Gods issue 5 unleashed an even deadlier threat for the heroes of Earth 2 to contend with, but never let the huge action set pieces get in the way of some damn fine bits of character development for characters like Superman and the Green Lantern Corps. I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10. DCEASED War of the Undead Gods issue 5 finds Earth 2 invaded by the Black Racer, who has shepherded Big Barda and Mr. Miracle to the planet. Barda tells Lois Lane that the virus has her son, wanting to know where the other heroes are, as on Oa, Mr. MXYZPTLK playfully tells Ares he will and can command the God of War. The Supermen intervene in the standoff, telling them that they have much to fight at the moment, so they don't need to fight amongst themselves. Superman warns the Guardians that they will cure the infected planet, and if the Lanterns stand in their way, it won't stop them from saving the world. The heroes tell the Guardians that it's not just an equation they are battling, and they are facing Erebos. Hearing the name gives the Guardians pause, and Ganthet learns that Cyborg spoke with the being and learned that it's more than just a virus. Ganthet says that if Erebos is behind this, it changes everything, and the Lantern Corps need to return to Oa and protect the central power battery at all costs. Batman asks to see the spread of the virus through the galaxy, finding it almost everywhere thanks to the new gods and other spacefaring races spreading it far and wide. Batman notices a large portion of the infected are on Bolivax, Kilowog's home world. Kilowog speeds off to defend his world, and John wants to go after him as the Guardians wish to meet with the Quintessence. Gaia tells him they can go off and decide if the universe is worth saving while they actually stand there and fight the thing. Ganthet warns Gaia that he cannot leave before the Quintessence has met, and the Lantern's duty is on Oa. MXYZPTLK says that he and Superman will go to Bolivax and handle Darkseid, but Ares doesn't think the imp can defeat the villain. MXYZPTLK figures that he'll just turn him into a beautiful flower arrangement, as John wants to go with his father, but Clark won't let him, not saying no because he's trying to protect the boy, but because thousands of planets and billions of lives are being threatened. Clark wishes that he could take his son with him and keep him close, but he needs to start saving planets the Guardians have given up on, and he needs to keep their family safe, and he won't believe they are protected unless John is with them. John tells his father that he'll bring him back from the dead again if he has to, hugging him as MXYZPTLK, Kilowog, and Superman head off for Bolivax. Kilowog's mind reconnects with his people as they near the planet, and he begins feeling their abject terror, finding it overwhelming and that he is alone. The Green Lantern Corps arrive to back him up, and John tells his friend that he isn't alone since he's their teacher and friend, so they aren't about to leave him to fight this fight on his own. The heroes battle the infected horde, seemingly turning the tide as Superman saves the family, assuring them that it's all going to be okay, when suddenly the infected Supergirl smashes him down. Superman demands to know who she is and why she's wearing his House of L symbol, but Kara stay silent, burning the family Superman saved as the Yellow Lantern infected Darkseid attacks Superman. MXYZPTLK defends Superman, wondering what he should turn Darkseid into, gloating over the villain when suddenly Darkseid unleashes the anti-life Mother Box, infecting MXYZPTLK with Erebos, who rips his own face off and grows in size, trampling over the city as the Lanterns try and subdue him. John and Kilowog get trapped in the Imp's fist, shielding themselves with the construct, but it begins to crack. Knowing what is about to happen, John tells Kilowog that he is his friend in Brightest Day and Blackest Night, as MXYZPTLK crushes them, killing them both instantly. The Imp, now the size of an asteroid, blows through the planet, destroying it as he drags more of the debris and asteroids in his wake to his next target, Oa. MXYZPTLK rains death and destruction down on Oa, shattering the central power battery and cutting all of the lanterns off from their rings, causing the ones in space to begin to suffocate. The Quintessence meanwhile learn of Erebos spreading through the galaxy, and Spectre refuses to stand by and let this happen, as the Others tell him that Erebos can't be stopped, so they need to just focus their energy on the next universe and leave this one to die. Ganthet tells them that the lantern battery has been destroyed, sensing it, so Spectre races off to stop Erebos from killing the universe anymore. As Kyle and Saranic hold hands in space, their powers suddenly come back. The Lanterns have no idea how their power returned, heading to the surface of Oa where they find the Spectre has rebuilt the power battery and is powering it himself, using the power of the Spirit of Vengeance to confront MXYZPTLK in space.